Hey, howdy. Welcome to the Echo Tips, episode number 45. It's a pleasure to have you here listening to our podcast. Today's topic or theme for episode number 45 is going to be checking your email using your Amazon Echo. So that's a brand new feature. We hope you enjoy hearing about how that works. This is episode 45, and we'll get right into the thick of that material. But before we do, we have a brief message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Hey, welcome back. All right, we're going to get right into the meat of the material today about using your Amazon Echo to check your email, and this is a relatively new feature. For those of you who are new to our podcast, though, I will mention just who I am. I am David Ward, an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program here at Goodwill in Southwest Virginia, based in the Roanoke Valley. So it's good to have you here if you're a new listener, but if you're returning, it's good to have you here too. So anyway, so this is a relatively new feature with the Amazon Echo. You can have it check your unread emails. And I would imagine it'll even grow into maybe something more than that. And I've even replied to an email in that way. Actually, it ought to be interesting to see if I have any unread emails this morning. So anyhow, so here's some requirements I want to mention up front before we get into demonstrating this. One, you'll need the app, and I don't think you can do this on the website yet. So if you have the app installed on a smartphone or tablet, you'll need to open the A-Lady app. And once you open that app, you can go in there and make the appropriate connection. So you would go to Settings. So you go to the menu button in the top left corner of the app, then go to Settings. Once you're in Settings, you're going to look for the following button down the screen. It's called Email and Calendar. Email and Calendar. And you won't find that in the website version of the app. You got to be inside the actual app on a smartphone or tablet. And once you've tapped on Email and Calendar, it'll bring up a separate page, and you'll have a button that says Add Account. Add Account. So you would tap on that and follow the step-by-step directions to connect it to your email account. Now, you might not be able to connect it to every known email account I have here in my notes. You can connect it to a Gmail or Google account generally, or a Microsoft account, or an Apple account. Now, there are a plethora of different types of Microsoft accounts, but I think Exchange is mentioned here as well. So hopefully, if you have one of those accounts, you can make the association and connect it to that account and give permission for the Echo to access your account. In this case, read your email or read your unread email, and even to reply to an email. All right, so now that we've talked about how you set it up, I've already set up mine with my work email, and so we can now test it out. But before we do that, it'd be good real quick for you to press the microphone button on your Amazon Echo. And that way, when I'm giving the commands, the demonstration here, we're not triggering your Echo at home, especially if you're listening to the tutorial on that. So located on the top of your Echo, it's got a little silhouetted microphone with a slash through it. If you press that, it'll make a thump sound. It'll turn the ring red on top, and that means her ears are shut off, and she won't respond when I'm giving these directions. If you have one with a screen on it, it has a similar button on the top. If the screen's facing you, it's in the top left corner of the edge, and it'll put a red bar across the bottom. It does the same thing. It shuts her ears off. Okay, well, hopefully you've had a chance to do that. Just give you a second. Okay. All right, so now that hopefully you've got a chance to do that, well, let's give it a try. We're going to find out what Dave has as an email account this morning. All right. Alexa, read my email.
For David, from the last 24 hours, you have 2 unread emails, all marked important. First email, from Melissa Meter. Inclement weather, reminder to supervisors and employees. What would you like to do? Read, reply, delete, archive, or next?
Next.
Next email, from Matthew Thompson. Company-wide access to news
Alexa,
and Pinterest.
Stop. Okay, so I think that probably gives you a little idea of the command set, and you can even dictate a reply. So all kind of cool. Super cool. So anyway, hopefully that gives you a little idea. And then now maybe hands-free, you could just, you're expecting an email from somebody, you can check with your Echo, and you can even dictate an email response under certain circumstances. All right, so that gives you kind of a neat idea. I don't think you can just compose an email out of the gate yet, but who knows? Maybe that'll be a new feature here in the near future. But of course, the focus of this episode was mostly just trying to read or keep up with those emails. All right, well, that gives you a brief little idea. Also, you might be able to go in and edit your signature line. That's what it tags at the end of an email that you've dictated. Such that it says, it's coming from your Echo. In case it types out anything wrong, that might give the person on the other end a little heads up. All right, so anyway, that wraps up this episode. Next time, we're going to be talking about using the Sports Update feature. Sports Update. So if you're into sports and you want to hear what the scores are, we're going to be talking about that in our next episode. Until then, we've reached that time of our episode. It's time to turn your microphone back on your Amazon Echo. Start practicing some of the many things that you've heard during our episodes. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program at Goodwill, signing off, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.